Hey, what's up everyone? This is Terry D. Swain, and I want to talk briefly about the importance of families building generational wealth together. It is important that families build generational wealth together because no one can build wealth by himself, and you can't sustain it by yourself. You have to incorporate the help of others, and in particular your family, if you're going to build wealth. It's important for families to build wealth together. We're the only group of people who do not practice group economics. If you look at every other ethnicity, every other race, they practice group economics, from the Asians to the Jews, to the whites, of course, to Hispanics, every other race, the Italians. We see that they practice group economics. And we have to start practicing group economics ourselves. Generational wealth is not built by individuals, it's built by families. And so it's important that we understand that, and we have to start building wealth with our families. And how do we do that? We build wealth together as a family through generations by giving the family the recipe for success. And how do we do that? We create the recipe. And the recipe is what? The recipe is made up of 3 different parts. You have the ingredients, you have the instructions, and you have the finished dish. So therefore, we can't just give our children or give our family the ingredients. We can't just give them money. We can't just give them things and resources. We have to also give them the instructions on how to use it to make the finished dish, to make the finished product. And that's very important, because I don't just want a piece of the American pie. I want the whole pie. I want the recipe. I don't want anyone to give me a piece of anything. Not if I can get it myself. Why would I want a piece of the American pie when I can make a pie myself, when I can bake it? But I have to get the instructions, I have to get the ingredients to be able to make it. Excuse me. And so that's why it's so important for us to practice together, because each person can bring a different piece of the ingredients to the table to be able to put it together with the instructions and create the finished dish that everyone can eat off of. And that's inevitably the goal and the purpose of creating generational wealth. So everyone can eat, and so that other people can eat, other generations can eat. See, I want the recipe so not only I can just feed myself, but I can feed my own family. I can make my own pies. I can make as many pies as I want. I can start my own pie factory if I want to. I can make them and sell them. I can even make them and give them away. And that's the reason a lot of people can't do ministry, is because they have the heart to do it, they want to do it, but they don't have anything to give. And it's important that you get it so that you can give it, but you have to have the right frame of mind. You have to understand this principle about the recipe of success, the recipe of generational wealth. So the key to generational wealth and family self-sufficiency is giving them the recipe. Give your family the recipe, and you've got to do that by building wealth together, because you are learning how to put the wealth together, how to build the wealth. And if you learn together how to build it, then no one can take it from you. And if they take it from you, you know how to get it back, because you can build it again. See, it's not enough. They say you give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. If you teach him how to fish, he can eat for a lifetime. But we shouldn't get satisfied with that. That's not the end of that principle. The end of the principle, or to maximize that principle, is to teach them how to own the land that the lake sits on. Because if you own the land, then you own the lake. And then you can go out and fish whenever you want. You can charge people to come and fish at the lake. You can fish the fish out of the lake and sell them. Fish out of the lake and give them away, because you own the lake and you can do what you want to do with it, because that is a part of building that stream of wealth, is that you own something. And it's not about just feeding yourself for a day. It's not about feeding yourself for a lifetime. It's not about just learning how to fish. It's about learning how to own the lake, because if you own the land and the lake and the land that the lake sits on, then you're able to pass that lake on to the next generation. So they don't have to fish for food. So they don't have to eat for a day or a lifetime, but they can have that lake, that source of wealth in the family forever. So black families have to become selfless and start building wealth together. One of the first ways to do it is to sit down with your family and start a family investment club, where you, as a family, you are a business. You're building businesses. You're building investments, portfolios, diverse portfolios. You're owning rental property together. And these are the things that build generational wealth. So we've got to get together and we've got to change the narrative. It's time for us to start as a family building generational black wealth. Peace. This is Terry D. Swain. I'm out. Swain Foundation.